Fans may not get to see the Duke of Hastings return in Season 2 of Netflix's Bridgerton, but on the bright side, fans can expect to see quite a few twists and turns that'll make even Lady Whistledown gasp. While it may be upsetting news that the Duke of Hastings won't be returning, in some more exciting news, Bridgerton Season 2 was recently confirmed. While there is no release date yet, the streaming platform already teased lots of new details on what to expect from this new season. So naturally, people are already overflowing with the new theories and predictions on how Season 2 will play out. In today's video, we'll be going over some of these theories. You'll want to stay tuned. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with the notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. The first theory we have for today is that Anthony's story will be the main focus in Season 2. Since the main plot of Bridgerton Season 1 followed The Duke and I, it's logical to assume that the show will continue this model. If so, Season 2's main plot will follow Anthony's romance from Book 2, The Viscount Who Loved Me. That romance will introduce a new family to the Bridgerton orbit, the Sheffields, with their two daughters, Kate and Edwina. How the Sheffields enter the story remains to be seen, as does how they upend Anthony's carefully laid plans to marry. Spoiler alert, bees will likely be important. The next theory fans have is that Benedict will break up with Madame Delacroix. If Season 2 follows Anthony's story from Book 2, then fans theorize Season 3 would be Benedict's time to shine, since Books 3, An Offer from a Gentleman, is all about the second eldest Bridgerton brother. If so, it's almost certain Benedict's relationship arc with Modestum Genevieve Delacroix is heading for a breakup. Bridgerton Season 1 added an ongoing romance for Anthony and Sienna, the opera singer, which ended in a breakup. It was a creative way to give him a backstory and an emotional arc, setting him up for his next relationship in Season 2. As the new season starts, Benedict will be at the same hot and heavy point with Genevieve that Anthony was with Sienna at the top of Season 1. So if Benedict follows in Anthony's footsteps, that points to his relationship with the Modeste ending by the time Season 2 is over. On the topic of breakups, many have made the predictions that Penelope will get over Colin in Season 2. Bridgerton's first season uses the backstories from later books to fill out the world around the family. Minor spoiler, one of those backstories involves Penelope moving on from Colin. Next season, with Colin traveling around, it seems likely fans will watch this play out while he's gone. Not that Penelope truly gets over Colin, but by the time he returns, she's long past the heartbreak phase. She has accepted that they will be friends and that he will eventually marry someone else. After all, she's discovered much more fulfilling work as Whistledown. Moreover, it's made her independently wealthy and able to live a comfortable life as a spinster. On the flip side, there's also theories going around that Colin and Penelope will end up together even sooner than fans think. If you've read the books, then you already know that Colin and Penelope don't get together until Book 4, Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. But according to this fan, Netflix will most likely speed up that process. On Reddit, they explained, "The more I think about it, the more I just can't see them dragging out the romances for Anthony, Benedict, Colin, etc. throughout season after season. It doesn't seem like their mission objective to make all these different seasons of a show, even if it is an extremely popular show." My theory is that the whole plotline of the Baron Featherington losing all the family's money and dying, thus introducing the new Baron, is all a plot device to speed up the story that continued. Colin and Penelope already seem to have made a bit of progress in the first season, and I could definitely see Penelope being married off to speed up the process of him falling for her. Following the Colin and Penelope theories is quite a popular and widely talked about one. Eloise is queer and she'll have a love interest. In the book series, Eloise is actually straight, but that's not stopping fans from predicting a new twist when it comes to her love life, given that she has absolutely no interest in entering the marriage market. This theory could come to fruition. Quite a few fans seem to be on board. In fact, one viewer referred to a scene from Season 1 as proof, where Eloise appeared to be eyeing some of the female servants. Fans have also already spotted a possible love interest in mind. One person wrote, "I've read some fan theories that TV show Eloise could end up with Marina. Given that so many fans have already spoken out against the lack of gay representation on the show, it's possible that writers will switch up Eloise's storyline." Speaking of Eloise, many believe that Eloise's disastrous first season will be a major subplot. Much like Colin and Penelope, Eloise has quite a bit of a backstory from later novels still to be mined. The biggest is how badly her first social season goes in the wake of Daphne's uber-successful one. Bridgerton Season 1 has already done some work in setting this up, with Eloise's fears of marriage, her deep desire to be independent, and her loudly sharp tongue to those who might want to court her. But her disastrous first season as a debutante would make for an incredibly comic subplot, especially paired with what is expected to be Anthony's more traditional romance in Season 2. The next theory for the new season is that Francesca will get way more screen time. Since Francesca doesn't interact much with the family, fans unfortunately didn't see much of her in Season 1. Could this mean that Season 2 will offer a new storyline that centers on Francesca? Some fans certainly think so. "I want to see more of Francesca in Season 2, one viewer stated on Reddit. Maybe they could make Eloise and Francesca debut at the same time. It makes sense since they're only a year apart, and Eloise was held back a year. They could show us how different these two sisters are approaching their debut. I can imagine Eloise pushing all her suitors to Francesca. LOL. One commenter responded, "I'm curious about Francesca too. I find her interesting, maybe because we know so little about her." Another character many believe season 2 will shine more light on is Edwina, as the theory is that we'll be seeing more of her compared to the books. If you've read book 2, then you already know that Anthony initially sets his sight on the young Edwina Sheffield. But of course, things get rather complicated because of her older sister, Kate. Season 2, however, could actually explore a budding romance with one of her suitors. A fan tweeted, "Minor prediction, for season 2 of Bridgerton, we're getting more of Edwina and her suitor, Mr. Bagwell. Give him a first name and make it a little more, he's the one I love most, but I worry about my family, so I'll take a decent rich guy over him early on." One of the bigger theories for season 2 that's going around is that the Featheringtons' heir will be revealed. With Lord Featherington's demise and the revelation of Lady Whistledown's true identity, a mysterious heir is set to take over the Featherington estate. Season 1 solved the mystery of who is Lady Whistledown, so many believe that season 2 might open a new one. Who is the new Featherington heir? The Featherington women are now at the mercy of yet another man, and considering their poor fortune for season 1, we do hope that things turn out more in their favor as the series continues. However, although Lady Whistledown's identity has already been revealed, it still doesn't solve the mystery of how she got away with it. One fan wrote, "As a young lady with no money of her own, how does she finance printing and distributing the scandal sheet? And how does she know so much dirt?" They continued. In the books, it's revealed that Lady Whistledown got her start thanks to Lord Featherington's lawyer, who happened to see some of Penelope's writings laying around and encouraged her to publish it. So, she wasn't doing it alone. Will season 2 confirm that Penelope had a secret accomplice? Another theory that's been made is that Marina will turn back up for season 2. Putting Marina Thompson in Bridgerton's opening season was a gambit that paid off in spades. She's a character who barely appears in the books, but whose story with Sir Philip will eventually be a central plot point. Now that her arc is mostly over, the question fans have is, will she be back for season 2? A more traditional series might let her disappear off with Sir Philip, but as Portia Featherington notes, he's a rich and wealthy landowner. Though he was never the man Marina meant to marry, he's positioned her and her unborn baby high up in society. Her return to London and her struggles with Sir Philip would make a nice ongoing counterpoint to those who are marrying for love. Speaking of Marina, many fans have made the theory that her father will be the Featherington heir. As many may recall, season 1 of Bridgerton concluded with the huge teaser of a Featherington heir, and since this part isn't included in the books, the fans' predictions have been pouring in. One of the most popular contenders, Marina Thompson's father, and it definitely makes sense, since Baron Featherington owes him so much money. One fan tweeted, "Someone posed the idea that Marina Thompson's dad and or baby might end up becoming the conservator/heir to the Featherington estate as the surviving male relative. That would be interesting to watch." Indeed it would. With that said, that's going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching.